In this video, you'll learn how writers can use descriptive details and imagery to explode a moment. Descriptive language is language that paints a picture for the reader. There are two types of descriptive language that we're going to play with today in our writing: imagery and figurative language. Imagery is describing the five senses in our writing: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, or feel. Figurative language is using a word or phrase to mean something other than its normal, everyday, literal meaning. Examples of figurative language include metaphor, simile, and personification. I'm going to ask for you to open your composition notebook to the grammar craft section and to take a moment to write down these three definitions: descriptive language, imagery, and figurative language. Today we're going to use descriptive language to explode a moment. When we explode a moment in our writing, we write in slow motion and we work on describing every single detail. Let's look at an example from a published author, Barry Lane. This is from his short story, Spilled Milk. I watched myself begin this horrible deed. My hand seemed to suddenly have a will of its own. It picked up the milk carton. The spout was already open. My arm extended over Carol's head, tipping the carton. The liquid poured in a slow, steady, thick, unending stream down through her long, blonde hair, soaking the back of her clothes and running onto the floor. As the milk reached the floor, I shifted the spout slightly to begin another long, milky journey down the front of her. It poured over her forehead and into her eyes, running in rivers down each side of her nose, converging on her chin and splashing onto her plate. Her food was soon awash, and the milk poured over the edge of her plate and ran into her lap. And still I poured on. It was too late to stop now. The rapture of it all. Oh, sweet revenge. So here's the deal. Barry Lane could have easily written, "For revenge, I snuck up on Carol and poured milk over her head." But he didn't. He took the time to really describe every single detail for us as a reader. He described what he saw. He described what it felt like. He used figurative language to really paint a picture for us as a reader so that we felt like we were standing there watching this whole disaster of a moment happen. That's good writing. That's what it looks like to explode a moment. So, here's your job. You're going to have a moment. You're going to have 3 minutes right now to engage in a 3-minute writing prompt. So before we jump into your prompt, I want to look at a quote by one of my favorite authors, E.L. Doctorow. E.L. Doctorow said that good writing is supposed to evoke a sensation in the reader. A sensation is like a feeling or an emotion. Good writing is supposed to evoke a sensation in the reader. Not the fact that it's raining, but the feeling of being rained upon. So here's your job. You're going to have 3 minutes to write. In just a second, I'm going to turn on the stopwatch, okay, and it'll count down 3 minutes. You're going to be trying in this prompt to use imagery, to use sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and feel. And here's your prompt. You are standing in the pouring rain. It is pouring. Write a paragraph or two using as much imagery as possible. So what do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you touch? Or what do you feel? Your goal is to make the reader be able to feel the wet rain on their face. So the reader shouldn't just know that it's raining. The reader needs to be able to feel the rain. Okay. Putting on the clock. Okay, the countdown is on. You have 3 minutes to write. Get started. Okay, that's time. Stop writing. Put down your pencils. Wherever you're at, pause. Great job. So here's your real challenge. So you're going to have a moment. You're going to have, not a moment. You're going to have the rest of the period at this point to write a longer flash draft. Remember that a flash draft is a short burst of writing. Your goal in a flash draft is just to capture one moment in time. So on Schoology, you're going to find a series of nature GIFs. I want you to choose one of those nature GIFs and write a flash draft where you explode the moment using both imagery and figurative language. Remember that figurative language is metaphor, simile, and personification. So your flash draft should include both imagery and figurative language. Okay, I'm going to have you head into Schoology right now. Take a look at those nature GIFs, choose one, and get started writing.